So before that evening cancellation of the strike, the Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet, had earlier announced that about 2,000 people were arrested today for failure to comply with traffic rules. This is as Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i warned that public service vehicles that doubled their fares and those that were withdrawn from the roads would have their licenses revoked. NTV's Sharon Baranga reports.
A number of people who rely on public transport were at different bus stops as early as 5 a.m. But a majority were not lucky to find transportation. Most public service vehicles had been withdrawn from the roads ahead of a major crackdown that had been announced by the government. Others queued hoping to get transportation from Buruburu to the city center.
I was here at 5:30, just waited, board one matatu. They decide they are not going, so you are right.
Leo tumejipata kubaya, matatu zimekataa kukua kwa barabara.
Nimechukua tuktuk kutoka Tao mpaka hapa 300.
Some ran out of patience or simply decided they will not be deterred. With a few alternatives remaining for public transportation, a number of people opted to walk to their various destinations, a walk many are not sure they'll be able to make tomorrow if the crackdown on matatus persists.
I cannot walk, but at least during my Mishuki's time, I walked. At this time, I won't be able.
Some pedestrians hiked lifts on some private cars which did not charge them, while others from Buruburu had to part with at least 500 shillings or more. And those that got space in the few public service vehicles available had to dig deep in their pockets.
Kwa kawaida huwa tunalipa 30 ama 20 paka Bomas, lakini sasa hivi wanataka 100 ama 150.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i says the crackdown will continue until all public service vehicles comply with traffic rules. He, however, warned those who doubled their fares or withdrew their vehicles from the road that they risk losing their licenses. The CS was speaking at the Motor Vehicle Inspection Unit in Industrial Area.
You are not licensed to blackmail people. You are licensed to do a business, and if you are doing business on the basis of blackmail, you cannot continue doing business. And it's time to actually relook at all those licenses all over again.
There were those who opted for yet another alternative, the train. A number of them were left behind as it was already overloaded. The Cabinet Secretary for Transport ordered more trains to be operationalized to ensure transport within Nairobi is efficient.
Increased to 18 every day. This is to make sure that as we deal with the temporary challenges in terms of public transport, at least Kenyans, especially the ones in the city of Nairobi, will not be inconvenienced.
Amid the chaos, there were those who are on the wrong side of the law.
Close to 2,000 offenders have been arrested. That include matatu operators, including operators of private vehicles, and even users of PSV vehicles who have not fastened up. So when you get into a vehicle, ensure that the vehicle is compliant with the law. You comply with the law also as a driver.
The Education Ministry has instructed that candidates in day schools be ferried to exam centers using school buses. The crackdown on public service vehicles was conducted across the country. The government says the move is meant to restore sanity on the roads, as well as reduce the number of accidents that have resulted in the loss of lives. Sharon Baranga, NTV.